Item Number SCP-1377. Index Automation Parliament. Object Class Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. Instances of SCP-1377-01 are to be preserved after initial intake and observation in the C Wing of the Site-23 morgue, which has been repurposed for containment protocols and retrofitted with necessary security infrastructure. Access to SCP-1377-01 instances for experimentation requires written authorization from the Research Director and the Cybernetics Initiative Committee. During the appearance of a new iteration of SCP-1377-01, designated liaisons from security organizations responsible for national legislatures will contact the Research Director immediately. The Research Director will then relay instructions to MTF Kappa 71, Roberto's Rules of Order, which will either neutralize and contain SCP-1377-01 directly or direct Foundation security assets in closest proximity to the event to do so. Due to the politically sensitive nature of SCP-1377 events, use of amnestic drugs on witnesses during subsequent information control efforts is to be minimized. See Protocol 1377-Solon documentation for more details. All information control procedures related to SCP-1377 must be approved by the Research Director prior to implementation. Description: SCP-1377 is a phenomenon affecting world legislative bodies. Beginning in 1952 and continuing into the present day, a humanoid automation of varying physical characteristics, hereby referred to as an instance of SCP-1377-01, will make its way from an unknown origination point to an official session of a national legislative body, present a series of forged credentials identifying itself as a member of that body, and attempt to address the chamber. In all cases, the forged credentials have identified SCP-1377-01 as a representative of a fictitious constituency within that nation's jurisdiction. Examples include impersonations of an MP of the United Kingdom Parliament from Lockbarrow, a Chilean deputy representing the Camino Desconocido region, a Botswana Assembly member from Nwande West, and a United States Senator representing the state of Keswick. SCP-1377-01 instances are composed of living, organic tissue and bear a loosely analogous resemblance to Homo sapiens. However, the anatomy of SCP-1377-01 varies significantly from that of humans. Specimens possess musculature and connective tissue similar to H. sapiens, but lack any discernible internal organs, instead featuring an indeterminate, fleshy mass where a human's thoracic cavity would ordinarily be. Additionally, SCP-1377-01 specimens have a skeletal structure composed of tissue resembling hardened cartilage. This is believed to account for SCP-1377-01's erratic and halting movements. DNA analysis confirms that SCP-1377-01 matches no biological organism currently known to the Foundation. Because of the lack of data on SCP-1377-01 specimens prior to their emergence, development of these organisms is poorly understood. However, each SCP-1377-01 instance has ceased life function approximately 12 through 18 hours after emergence. Currently, 27 instances of SCP-1377-01 have been documented in 24 nations since the first known occurrence on 04/23/1952. All instances of SCP-1377-01 have been recovered and taken into Foundation custody, with the exception of SCP-1377-01.14. See Incident 1377-1. If allowed to proceed into the legislative chambers at which the specimen emerges, SCP-1377-01 will make a speech. The content of this speech has varied greatly between instances of SCP-1377-01. The first observed occasion consisted of SCP-1377-01.3 vocalizing a series of static-like screeches and electronic tones. SCP-1377-01.7 addressed the Supreme People's Council of South Yemen with an 8-minute imitation of aggressive hooting noises typically made by Gorilla Berengay, and most recently, SCP-1377-01.27 was documented at the German Reichstag, engaging in vocalizations that, while resembling the sound of human speech, contained no discernible linguistic structure or pattern.